Are we live yet?
You are live.
We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, live in the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group. Yes. And joining me live here in the studios is my colleague, sister-in-law, I almost said it. I almost said it because you're bugging me.
Existence.
She's the wizard. How about that? She's the wizard of the Henderson Financial Group. Lynda V. Harris. Lynda, how you doing, sister-in-law?
I'm doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Was under the weather a little bit, a cold. Of course, I took 2 COVID tests to make sure.
I don't know what it is with the whooping cough then, because you've been over here. Maybe I should put on my mask. I don't know.
That's not nice, Robert. That's not nice.
It's not mean.
I mean, you said with such disdain.
No, I said because
I have I'm a little congested, and then you lean over and you give me this glare, and maybe I should put on an asthma suit. That's not nice.
I didn't say asthma suit. I said up mask. You talking about you're a little congested and you come in here coughing. It's a serious business, man. This is serious.
It reminds me of, remember back when AIDS first came out, and the first time somebody had a cold, people thought it was pneumonia. Oh, you got that ninja. All these glaring looks and a little bit of discrimination when somebody
That's
calls.
not discrimination. How about concern? Well,
concern without the name calling.
Nobody called your name. I just said, you come in here congested and coughing right before. I think maybe you should have on a mask. That's all. Y'all put a 1 in if y'all got my back. Nah, I'll put a 1 in. I
have had quite a week, with all the technological advances we've had in cars, we've had in dating, we've had in banking, we've had in every aspect of our lives, except when it comes to obtaining and securing and closing on a mortgage. I cannot believe we're back we're doing this the same way we did it in the 40s and 50s. Nothing has changed in the appraisal process, expediting that. Nothing has changed in the underwriting. It is almost like you have to give blood in your firstborn. Do you know they ask less for foreign nationals than they do for just good old working 20-year law enforcement people? They ask for less if you're trying to buy you from Venezuela or Russia. They just want to see a passport and the money. But boy, you try to get a mortgage and you just a good old working service person, law enforcement, they want your firstborn. They want to know why you got an extra $5,000. Well, how about I'm pretty? How about a man gave it to me? And it's just awful. And what I've been through this last week, it hasn't gotten better. Just when you think you got the creme de la creme client, A+, no drama, it's just amazing. And you start to wonder, you don't want to put in your head, well, is it racism? Is it classism? Is it too small a loan? Is it too big a loan? You don't want your mind to go there, but they have got to fix this. Obtaining a mortgage should not be the same way as in the 40s and 50s. Getting an appraisal should not take 30 days. It's ridiculous.
So, good morning. And you're letting everyone know, you're venting.
Good morning.
And you let everyone know how your week has gone. And it's obvious that you was involved heavily in a real estate transaction and the difficulty of closing. And you're pretty pissed off. And you want everybody to know. Miss Redhead says you look summery.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Miss Redhead, she didn't sound summery, do she? She sound like definitely winter.
Scrappy, huh?
She sound like winter, like it's snowing in South Florida. Yes. So the bottom line: did the Eagle land? Did you close the deal?
Now it's pushed till Tuesday, and I have no confidence in that. Meantime, this is a dwelling that has about over 100,000 equity in it for my client. And
so since your client put a contract in, it has went up in value $100,000.
No, I just got it for a good price out the gate.
Oh, excuse me. So you just that good. There's no luck. It was intended. So you got it strategic. Okay, so it's excuse me, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. And
But anyway, we got to do
so they
better
push the
on
closing
that.
back to Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay. Well, that lets some of the clients know, anytime you're having some difficulty and you're having problems closing a real estate
I'm
deal.
not giving up though. Oh,
You're not the only one. Mrs. Harris here, who's
Mm.
top notch, been in the field for a long time. She goes through it also. You're not giving up?
No, I had to run to the IRS office for the client.
You did?
What? Get a
Wow.
stamp and wait in the office and take a number. And it's just, I digress. Anyway.
Oh man, you had so now it's pushed back until Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was supposed to close last week.
Last month.
Oh man.
No, it's been bad, and it's got to get better. It's got to get better. Or people just buy cash. But
Well, that's
who wants
easy
to do
say.
that with interest rates this low?
Right. That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
You always want to use other people's money, right? Robert?
Sometimes you don't have time. You want to use other people's money, but sometimes you don't have time, so you have to be ready. I mean, I bought properties like that when someone told me in a week, here's a piece of property, Henderson, I need $110,000. I need it this week, and I look at the property, I know the property worth $300,000. Boom, you have to have the cash ready. You don't have time to get loans or use leverage,
especially knowing how long this whole process is.
Yes,
you really don't. They will cost you to the deal, and then you get a lot of foreign nationals and foreign money. And I ain't mad at them, no shade, but they come in and swoop it up, and the people that don't have $100,000 in a week just out.
Tara Ford Smith says, Lynda venting this morning. Breathe. That's right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you, Tara, for that.
Thank you, Tara, for that moment.
Now I can go ahead and greet the crew here. Okay. Now you got all that. Namaste. Should we do a downward dog? Do we have to do a downward dog?
No, sir. I'm good.
Okay. You okay?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Johnny Moore. How you doing, brother Johnny?
Hey, brother-in-law. What's up?
All right.
You know what I'm talking about, brother-in-law. Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Miss Jackson, good morning. June Danny, how you doing? Good morning. We also have Mr. and Mrs. Redhead.
Tracy Cabanas. Hey, lady, how are you?
And we also have Denise Ward says, OMG. So true. She knows. Who else we have here? Miss Ingrid, Morris
Brenda
Ingrid.
Brown. Hey.
Brenda Brown. Cousin Terry. Cousin Chris.
Hey, Cousin Terry. Pamela Sylvain. Hey there. DeLawrence, how you doing? Denise Ward. Willie Morgan, how you doing? Parnell Big P, how you doing? Anna Dupree, hello. Miss Redhead, always on it. Thank you very much. And
Jackson.
Joanne Jackson, hey there. Annie Edwards, that's your classmate.
That's my third grade classmate.
Ooh,
and senior high school graduate classmate.
Third grade. Dorothy Henderson, how you doing? Good morning. I don't think I know anybody from my third grade class. I want a third grade classmate.
What they did in jail?
Either one or the other.
Well, I'm glad.
That is such a blessing.
No, it's a huge blessing.
So you can't fake it with Annie Edwards. She know you from when?
Oh no.
She know you.
Nah, she knew me, my little June bug. She knew. Matter of fact, I used to live like 2 houses next door to her.
So she got stories.
Yes, she got stories. That's when me and my mom and 2 sisters live in a 2-bedroom, seemed like a 1-bedroom house. Yeah. So she got stories. As a matter of fact, her son is Antonio Woodbury, who's been with us for 10 years.
The circle of life. I love it when things like that happen.
That makes you feel so good.
That makes you feel so good.
Because a lot of us don't have our classmates who we grew up since elementary.
Much less our classmates' child that you're mentoring and talking to. And it's just all about love in the circle of life.
That's how it should be in terms of community.
Yep.
That's how it should be.
That's what a community should be like.
You that's how it should be in community. So that really is a blessing.
That is totally a blessing. I'm going to my first gender reveal today.
Oh, okay.
My niece.
Oh.
Well, everybody know I got 18 nieces and nephews. So
you have that many?
Yeah.
18?
18.
Wow.
Yep. So she's having her second child, and we're going to do, that has gotten to be a market in and of itself. You got the engagement party, you got the bachelorette party, you got the bachelor party, you got the bridal party, and then once the baby comes, you got the baby reveal, then you got the baby shower. This whole relationship is so many different sectors that you spend money for a party for. And this baby reveal is a big industry now, Robert. They drop blue or pink from the plane, a balloon burst, you cut the cake and it's blue or green to reveal the baby. What else they got? They got so many ways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Times are really changing.
Times have really, really changed.
To find out if it's a boy or girl.
It is elaborate. Thousands of dollars for a baby reveal.
That is amazing.
You feed people, give them liquor now just to reveal the gender of your baby.
Wow, that used to happen with the monarchs, you know, and the kings and queens.
Really?
Yeah, so now I guess, you know, it's coming on.
It used to be just a mom and daddy at the ultrasound, and you sitting there and the nurse put the thing on the baby, the lady's stomach, and you know what the sex is. And now it's big.
That's a feeling. That's a great feeling, huh?
I don't know. It's just more money spent to me. But I guess, listen. You know.
I'm so glad I'm out of that.
Me
my
too,
5
man.
kids. My youngest.
How did you find out your gender of your children? Did you have a big...
I just knew it. The way she was dropping. Well,
I
knew it.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop. Did he say the stomach drop?
The stomach pointing, was it low or whatever? All you gotta do is ask your grandma, your aunt. They'll say, boy, that's a girl. Boy, that's a boy.
Oh my goodness, you did not
point
say.
Low, point high. Whatever. Karen high, Karen low, whatever. To the side, to the left.
And was that accurate?
Yeah, well, pretty much. You have to spend no money. You have to spend no money at all.
There you go.
So that's Mario. Mario, that's your real. Okay, Mario. That's Mario. I thought it was Morris. That's Mario. How you doing, Mario? And oh my God, that's Lavinia Jackson. She went to school with your sister Natalie.
What?
Natalie talked about, every time Natalie talked about growing up and doing something, she always mentioned Lavinia Jackson.
So
Lavinia,
she got stories on my sister.
Yes.
Ooh,
Lavinia, I gotta tell Natalie that you are listening to me and her sister Lynda. That's amazing. Because she always saying Lavinia Jackson this. We know we did this, we did that, you know. Wait till when I go home, I'm gonna tell her Lavinia
they were
Jackson.
Pretty close.
All right, good. So it's small world. How you doing, Doretha? Who is this? Morgan? It's my first time. How you doing, Morgan? Listen, Morgan, I want you to stay tuned because today we're going to talk about and discuss and analyze and break it down to you like a 6-year-old, something that 90 or 95% of Americans really don't understand. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Oh,
so
boy.
just today is your
95%?
lucky day. 95%.
Gotta be complicated.
Most people got to be complicated.
95% don't understand it.
Not the way I'm going to break it down. Most people fake it until they make it, but they really don't know. You know what I mean? It's like going to the doctor and the doctor come up with all these different terms and everything. You go like, okay, or going to an attorney, you know, and you need an attorney for something. And he gets to go here, use all these terminology. You're like, okay, all right, just do it. It's 95% of people really don't really understand. Gotcha. You know, and the good book says
good understanding.
Good understanding.
Good. Okay.
Gotcha. Most people don't, because when you understand something, man, you can demonstrate it. Plus, it's like clear to you. You know, it's like how some people know how to play bid whist. Some people know how to play tunk. You know, card game.
Back of their hand.
They know it like the back of their hand.
I never could.
Some people know how to play spade. You never could get bid whist?
Not like the back of my hand.
No.
They be counting the cards and how many.
What about bid whist?
Hard. No, not that. Forget that.
What about tunk?
Oh, I'm pretty good at tunk. That's when you got it the lowest.
Yeah.
When you tunk out.
Oh, even some people still find it difficult to understand the game of checkers.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Believe it or not. So,
okay.
What we're going to talk about today, a lot of people fake it like they do know, but they do not know. So I want to break it down to you like a 6-year-old.
Why do you think they fake it though?
Because everybody wants to be a part, like they know.
When you're talking about that money, when you're talking about your money, you need to understand it like you know your children's age and middle name. You got to understand that.
You have to, but most people don't.
Don't.
You'll be surprised, Lynda. Most people do not understand money. They don't understand the instruments to make money, how to use money. Most people don't. They really don't. Because if they did, think about this for a second. If you really
listen to me. Okay.
Well, that too.
Okay.
But if people really understood, just like when they were growing up and they said they want to discuss financial literacy, and they always start with banks.
Right.
Okay, this is the bank.
How to write a check, how to balance your passbook.
Right.
Yeah.
And you save your money in the bank.
Subtract it from the,
Yeah, all that's hard. All that. You know,
you're right. But it had to be back in our day. The Rockefellers wasn't teaching their kids like that.
No.
Okay.
All the Rothschilds, the Kennedys. No. They was teaching them about what is a trust and how to insulate yourself in a trust.
How to use other people's money.
How to use
What's
other people's
interest?
money. How to use your money twice. How to use $1 twice.
Ooh, and
How to leverage.
we got passbooks and subtracting the balance.
We the Flintstones. They taught an American education on money is like the Flintstones, way back yonder. Still today. Still today. And that's why a lot of people don't understand.
Like the word stocks was not even mentioned.
Bonds.
And household bonds.
What is
annuities.
interest?
Yeah.
What is dividends?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dividend. Forget about it.
Oh, for dividends.
Portfolio for what?
Yeah. I mean, we just didn't know. And still today, there's a lot of people right now do not understand and they do not know. And then you say, why? Because people just
they fake it though. It's okay.
What you gonna do? Walk around with a t-shirt and say, I don't understand?
Annuities are foreign to me.
Yes, annuity. What is that? You know,
that's why we got to keep doing what we're doing, Bob.
And simplify it. But people passing their money, putting their stuff in instruments and these investments and don't really understand.
No.
And then when something happens, the market goes up or down, they go, oh, whoa. And some people say, listen, why I'm not making more money in the bank? You know, the bank's not paying nothing. People don't understand why. They think they're just supposed to just go up. No, credit cards charging you 29% interest.
And then they play catch up because somebody said, you mean you're not in crypto? You mean you're not in a dinar? And you mean whatever scam and then so you run it because you think you're so far behind and you put your money in and you end up being scammed because you just want to play catch up.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah. Crypto, that's another thing. People are like, you ain't in crypto,
child? You ain't in crypto, child?
You ain't, know?
You don't know about Buddha.
Yeah, you don't know about that?
You don't know about that?
Crypto. I want some crypto.
Girl, crypto.
Can you spell crypto? No, I can't spell crypto, but I want some crypto.
Can you explain it?
No. But I want some crypto.
Well, where the money at?
Well, my son, my daughter, my son, friends, they make a lot of money.
You know, these young people, they know everything.
Like how much money they make? Oh, he made $75. Oh. He made $75. He make a lot of money. He in crypto? We in crypto. Come on, man. So again, we're gonna talk about the basics, things that affect your life.
Yes.
A lot of people use stuff and don't even know. It's like most people have a smartphone, these fancy phones, and they really don't know how to use it.
They use 40% of the capabilities of it.
Yeah. My mother wanted the new iPhone. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Wear your mask.
I am here at work.
Hey, y'all.
Because I know how important this is. I'm a little congested. I've taken COVID test.
Where's your mask?
And I'm here because I want to share the information with the people.
You can share it with a mask on. Hood on too. Cover.
No, why don't we just get a plexiglass and put it right here?
Hey, can I get a plexiglass over here? Somebody, can y'all? My God. All right. Let me let me talk to the people and explain to the people.
Over like this.
All right, let me tell the people what 95% of people don't understand.
Well,
don't get out of the frame. All right. So first, let's talk about and let's understand, because they use a lot of terminology that really does mess people up, like spades. That's why a lot of people, that's why you don't really know how to pay spades a bit, it's because of the terminology. Mm-hmm. But you'll find often but you want to look for the moral of the story. You want to look for, what are we trying to do? What is the moral? What's the object of the game? What's the object of the investment?
You want?
What do you want?
Okay.
And once you know that you're trying to score or win, or how can you, go back, or how can you go forward? That's the moral, because you're trying to grow, you're trying to gather. And that's the object, but the object of the game and how you gain wealth and how you benefit.
Okay.
Now, in the game of life, in the game of finance, in the game of business, grown people, you have got to accept and you have to know that there are trade-offs. Let's talk about that. That's right.
Not something for nothing. So many of your cousins want something for nothing.
Grown people.
And they want it quick.
Grown people.
Yeah.
Grown people.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Show me somebody who wants something for nothing. I'll show you someone who failing in wisdom and understanding. You can't even get to heaven without giving up something.
Yeah.
You want to go to heaven, but you don't even want to die.
Yeah. You want a baby, but you don't want sleepless nights.
Yes.
Feedings.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want a wife or a husband, but you don't want to share.
Yeah, you don't want to compromise.
Right.
Right.
You want a Bentley, yes, because you want to show out.
You want to drive up to the job and show your coworkers.
But you don't want that maintenance cost.
And the monthly payment.
You don't want to drive, you don't want to fly in coach. You want to be up there with the big wide seats. Laying back. As soon as you get on the plane, they give you champagne and all. You want that.
Yeah, I want that.
But you want coach prices. I mean,
I want that coach price.
And why can't I have it?
Right.
You know,
why can't I go use that bathroom? Well,
show me. See, when you don't understand these basic trade-offs as growing up, getting understanding, then it's going to be hard for you because you got to understand the basic principles. They're always give and take. They're trade-offs.
Okay.
I want you to understand that. Now, we're going to talk about what is a pension.
Okay.
We're going to talk about a pension really is nothing. Really, a pension is another name for Social Security.
Okay. Okay. We gotta tie that in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay,
I like it.
So listen, if y'all gonna keep up with us,
okay.
One thing y'all got to do is have an imagination. If I say, if the washer don't get you, the rinser will, metaphorically, you got to understand what I'm saying. Not thinking about I'm talking about a washing machine or a rinser. It's a meaning. That's how you really learn. You have to be able to see beyond your naked eye. Just because somebody said something, it's what they don't say oftentimes that really matter. Okay. I know this girl that keep filling out job applications. She said, oh my God, I fill out an application. Oh, they love me. They love me. Oh, I got this. Oh, this is a good job. It's paying me it's going to pay $200,000. Oh, I'm getting this. And I said, yeah. She said, oh, how you know you got the job? Because they just said I interviewed so well. And I'm ready I'm going to go out and get some clothes. I'm doing all this. I'm getting ready to go get me a new car because I'm getting ready to get this job for $200,000. Well, how you know you got the job?
Right.
Because they say they really love me. They love what I said. You missing the point. Oftentimes, it's what they don't say that's more important. What you mean, Henderson? Did they say you have the job?
They didn't say that.
They ain't say that. How long has it been? How long has it been now since they called you back? Well, it's been 2 months. But I'm still waiting. No, what's more important is what they didn't say.
Okay.
You know, that's why I want you all to understand. So when we teach a lot with meaning, not just with words. So get the meaning. That's how you really go uncover the treasures of the world. You got to get past that. Okay. Now, let's talk about a pension.
Okay.
A pension is when you, especially back in the old times, and some people still have them. Matter of fact, FRS, Florida Retirement System, you can choose whether you want a pension or the investment side.
Gotcha. They're phrasing that out.
They're phrasing that out. They
but
said
for now there's some
right
there. Yeah,
I think July of this year. The last time you can sign. They're tired to take care of people. All right. So listen. So a pension. Now think about the word. Don't think about the word so much. I want you guys to get the meaning, because what I'm about to explain to you, I promise you, 95% of Americans do not understand what I'm about to reveal and tell you. You don't need a college degree for the way I'm going to explain this. I'm going to break it down to you like a 6-year-old. Now, I know some of you all still won't get it. That's okay. But it's private. You ain't got to let nobody know you didn't get it. All you got to do, since we're on Facebook, is just play this recording over and over and over. And there's something called repetition. There ain't a whole lot of geniuses out here. Who you call a genius is they demonstrate the power of repetition, doing things over and over and over until it stick. I'm a specialist in repetition. I really am. I do a lot of things over and over and over and over until I know it like second nature. That's power in that. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't get it the first time, just go back, share this information, go back and rewind and look at Facebook again. Okay. So a pension concept is when you work for an employer
Okay.
for 20, 30 years or more.
Okay.
And they basically said you've been good.
Okay.
And they're putting money aside for you.
That entire 20 or 30 years.
That's right.
Just a little bit.
That's
of
right.
your money.
Of your, well, no,
No? Okay.
of the company's money.
Okay.
Some pensions say some companies like FRS says we want you all to start putting at least 5% of your own money in. But the true pension is like a mama and a daddy. When you're growing up, you didn't have to pay the light bill or the phone bill. You just ate. You just showed up. Hopefully, some people did.
So they're going to take care of you.
They're going to take care of you.
Gotcha.
So you find one of these jobs that you just put in the time. That's a trade-off. Now, remember I told you all, in life, there's always a trade-off. You want to have a child, but it's going to hurt pushing it out.
Gotcha.
Unless they put you to sleep. But even you still ain't free, because once the child come out, the rest of your life, you got to take care of that child. Not just until they're 18.
Yeah.
Some of them you taking care of them, they're 40 years old. You still taking care of them. There's a trade-off. Okay. Let's get back, because I got to get through this. So let's get the concept, not so much the word pension, but the concept of a pension is being taken care of.
Gotcha.
It's like a squirrel gathering nuts. While you're working, money every month or every bi-weekly is put into an account.
Okay.
That's not going to fluctuate.
Okay.
So when you're in a pension, you don't have to look at your statement to say, is it up or down? Because it's in what? It's in a pension. Safety. Think of a pension like a CD. Think of a pension like it's something where you cannot lose a dime.
So they're not taking risk.
They're not taking risk.
Okay. Gotcha.
That makes sense, right?
Right.
That's a pension. And I like when you say they're not taking risk. And I like when you say that they're going to get a stream of income once they retire and say no more.
Okay.
This money is coming from the employer. Now, the plumber, the only risk is if the employer goes belly up and goes out of business. But they also, each employer has to belong to some sort of a pension fund, national. Yeah. If they go out of business, then there's organization that they've been paying
like
into.
Insurance.
It's almost like insurance. They're going to take care and pay you something. Right. Pension funds. Okay.
Right.
So you'll be okay. So a pension. And we should be so lucky to get pensions. Pensions
so
are pretty good.
It sounds good. Mom and daddy taking care of you.
Right.
I got to trade off and give you 20 years. You're going to set aside your money.
Right.
And at the end, I'll get a stream of income. I know exactly what I'm getting. And it's no risk involved in the money you setting aside for me.
That's right.
Done.
You ain't got to worry about looking at your statement. You ain't got to worry about if there's a recession. You ain't got to worry about if the stock market up or down. You ain't got to worry about if there's a war out there. It doesn't affect you, because every month, just like clockwork, that check is going to be in the mail or automatic bank draft.
Same amount?
Same amount.
I'm not going to get a raise?
Some of them, depending on the kind of pension, will give you a cost of living raise.
Okay.
Only some of them, but some of them won't. So those you all now who just got an eye open, you need to find out the pension that you receive, does it give you a little raise, a cost of living, or does it stay stagnant, staying the same?
Okay.
Now, so you got that, right? All right.
Let's move. Jackson said my daddy called pension pennies.
Depends on how long daddy worked,
what his salary level was,
what his salary level. In other words, if you have the president of the firm of the business, his pension, he was making $200,000 a year. A pension is usually related to a percentage of how much money you are making while you was working. So if you making, if you was a president and you were making $200,000 a year, you probably get 80% of, you probably get $160,000 without getting out of bed when you do retire.
And if I'm the janitor,
if you the janitor and you was making $20,000 a year, then that means that 80% of that would be $16,000 a year,
and not 160,
and not 160,000, because it depends on what you're used to, your cost, what your earning power.
Absolutely.
So if you were making $20,000 a year and you did in 30, you work for 30 years, your pension is not going to be like someone who worked for 30 years and they was making 200,000. It is a direct correlation with how much money that you were making, because it represents. Will it be fair to give the janitor $160,000 a year when he was only making $20,000 a year?
That's not his lifestyle. No,
That's not his
that's not his
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
And that's a come up. And that is not a trade-off.
It's not a trade.
That's not good. That's trying to get something for nothing.
Right.
And grown people wondering why. So a pension, ain't nobody getting rich quick now, but a pension correlates with what you're accustomed to.
Okay.
If you're accustomed to making $30,000 a year and you get a pension, it's gonna be a percentage of what you was getting.
Okay.
You don't get all 30. They're gonna get a percentage. It's gonna be a little let down, but at least you're gonna get the comfort is before you got to bed, you ain't got to go work nowhere else, but you're getting that pension. It's pretty much how a lot of people go into the military and then they will retire after 20 years and they get that pension.
Gotcha.
But they went in military when they was 20 and they did 20 years in the military. So now they're 40. So they get out, they're getting that pension, that guaranteed pension.
And even that depending on their rank. Like
a
petty officer not going to get
that's right.
4-star general.
Police officer.
Right.
School teacher.
Firefighters.
That's right.
Okay.
A principal. So
maybe I should find a man with a pension that's got a high salary.
Maybe that's a good idea, but I also want you to couple in trade-off.
Oh man, okay.
You may find a man that got that pension.
Okay.
But he may have one leg and one eye and one arm, but he got that pension. I want to drill in. There's always trade-offs, and you got to look at the trade-offs. Let me tell my surprise. You looking at that pension, but there's always trade-offs.
Okay.
You want Juicy Lucy, but Juicy Lucy got to get her nails done. She got to eat at the Chateau Inn. You can't take her to Ruby Tuesday. You cannot take her to Chili's. Gotcha. You don't even like Chili's, will you?
No. And I'm no Juicy Lucy.
You know Juicy Lucy, but you know about real estate. But you can't date you if you want to go to Chili's, can you? Trade-off. See, I like Chili's. They got good value there. Glad I married your sister. She like chili salmon. Okay, let's get back. Okay, so conceptual, that's what a pension is.
Okay, not bad.
The next one that I feel that is so correlated with the concept and what a pension do is called Social Security. Why? Okay. They just came up with a different name.
Okay.
But it's going to do the same thing. Why? Because if you're a janitor and you make $20,000 a year, as opposed to you're the president of the company and you're making $200,000 a year, your Social Security payout going to be more if you make $200,000 as opposed to making $20,000 a year for the last 20, 30 years.
So everybody with a paycheck, when you look at those governmental deductions, one of the things you'll see is Social Security. They take it out. I don't care if you were working teen clean at the age of 13, all the way up to the president at the age of 65. You will pay Social Security if you get a paycheck. You're going to see that little, in addition to FICA and all that, it never goes away. And there's a reason for that.
Yes.
It's almost like you said with a pension. They're taking care of you. They're taking a little bit of your money and they putting it aside in an account for you. The account is held by the government. It's managed by the government. You cannot borrow from it. Don't say, where's my Social Security account because I want to buy a house. You can't do that with Social Security.
Well, you can't do that with a pension either.
No.
Because a pension is going to give you a little drip every month. They're going to put money in your bank account or send you a check. You know who else do that? Social Security.
Gotcha.
Because in the Social Security, unlike a pension, oftentimes you don't have to contribute to it. The company takes care of you. Nowadays, for the pensions that are still around, they want you to put in 5% of your salary to help push the wagon, so to speak.
Gotcha. But the true definition of a pension
is they take care of you.
Take care of you.
That's the old days.
Oh,
that's in the Leave It to Beaver days. That's in the black and white TV days. That's when the TV used to go off at 1 o'clock days. Them days gone.
That's over with.
Right.
And Social Security, it is your money.
Yes, you are. They are withdrawing
my paycheck.
That's what's called gross and net. You make $200 a week. Why you don't bring home $200? One, you got to pay your partner. Who your partner? Uncle Sam. Whether you like it or not, that's called payroll taxes. They're going to take that out. They're going to take some money out for Medicare. And they're going to take some money out for Social Security. Why? Because you might not have sense enough to take a little bit of your money out So when you get to a certain age, when you're tired, minimum 62, they'll start sending you some money. And some people try to avoid Social Security. Mr. Willie, who's the Mr. Fix-It man, oh, he like, man, I get all my money, pay me cash. Trade-off is when Mr. Willie tired of banging his nails and he tired of getting up, he tired of climbing that pole because he's the Mr. Fix-It man. Filter. He tired of being the handyman, everything, man. And now he's 67 years old and he want to sit down. And he didn't put no money aside because he was tricking, man.
Trying to trick the system.
Trying to trick the system because he was so happy because he wasn't paying in the Social Security. So now he don't have no money in the kitty. When you have an employer and they're taking money for Social Security, they don't give it back. That's why I don't understand how some people say it's an entitlement. No, you paid in the Social Security.
And then we got a lot of paraprofessionals, Robert, that can tell their employer to stop taking out. You know,
yes.
They go to human resources and they say, can you suspend it? I still don't fully, maybe because my mind can't go there.
They want all the money now.
They want all the money now.
Yeah, like a squirrel eating all their nuts.
Yeah.
And when winter come, they're gonna be cold. They're gonna be hungry too.
Yeah.
But they're gonna ask you, can you have some? Give me some of yours.
Yeah. And then they're gonna end up trying to marry somebody that got a pension in Social Security.
And there's a trade-off.
He
may be a drunk.
Right.
He may want to fight.
You didn't put aside as being an entrepreneur or stylist or a manicurist. You gotta, even if you self-insure yourself, buy a couple buildings, but you can't. God willing, you will get old. You gotta put something aside.
Yeah, a lot of women and men that work at the gentlemen's clubs. It's a big problem.
It's cash. That's a big cash business.
It's a big problem. And they feeling pretty good because they getting the cash and they putting it right here and they putting it right here.
Right.
And they ain't putting no money aside and they having a good time and they driving nice and looking good. But you know,
and then when you age out of being a center stage on the dance,
because gravity coming, gravity gonna push everything down. You ain't gonna get as much tips.
Yeah, and then the new girl come in.
Yeah.
And you're not as young.
You putting all your cash. And they've made it even for the gentleman clubs. They've made it.
Guess you can go buy some news.
Yeah, but you still need Social Security. You need to invest your money or buy some real estate or do something. But if nobody told you that, then that means that it's an accident waiting to happen.
Okay.
So
got it.
The word pension gives you a drip of income. You're being taken care of.
Okay.
Social Security, when you get age 62, you can't take Social Security before age 62. That's why a lot of people are retiring at 50 years old, 55. They're not going to get their Social Security until the minimum age of 62. That's when it starts.
That's a big gap.
So you got to make sure that you can maintain until you get to minimum 62. And then when you get to 62 years old, a lot of people say, listen, they've heard that lie saying Social Security is not going to be here. They're running out of money. So let me take my money at 62 before the government run out of money. Let me tell y'all something. I know a lot of y'all still believe in Santa Claus. I know y'all do. But I'm here to tell you, there ain't no Santa Claus. I want you to believe that.
Nobody coming down giving you gifts.
Ain't no reindeer in the air. Ain't no Rudolph. I know you're telling your children. I know you're lying. I know that because you want to feel that. I know that you're hearing that Social Security is going to run out. But could it be that they're telling you that so you can start getting it earlier? Because every time when you wait until your full retirement age, which is 66 or 65 or 67 or 68, could it be that Uncle Sam is telling you that and the word is out? Because if you wait there, you get a whole lot more money, sometimes double what you would have gotten. You know, if double, you'll get double at age 70 than what you'll get at age 62. You'll get double. So at age 62, you're gonna get $1,500 a month. At age 70, 8 more years.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get $3,000 a month. No, time flies.
Time flies.
But people tell them, no, man, I may be dead. Okay. You're shortchanging yourself. Okay. But listen, I can't say that's for everyone.
Right.
It depends on your personal situation.
Absolutely.
But if you want to know what age you should take Social Security, you should consult somebody at the Henderson Financial Group. That's what you should do. Yeah. Call us and we'll go over an analysis and say, does it make sense for you to take it now? Or should you draw down and take money from your other retirement funds and then later take it from Social Security, because every year you wait and defer taking your money from Social Security, you get an 8% raise. You get 8% more. That's big.
That's huge.
And let me tell you why
That's
I'm telling
huge.
you. Let me tell you why I'm telling you that ain't no problem. Ain't gonna run out Social Security, because they don't need to collect. The government doesn't need to collect money from taxpayers in order to fund Social Security, no more than they need to collect money from taxpayers in order to fund Medicare. You know why?
Why?
Because the government got the printing money machine. That's why.
Okay.
That's like you trying to consult somebody, you scared you're going to run out of air. Just smell it. As long as you got a nose. They fool us to frighten us. Like the boogeyman coming.
To make some bad moves.
To make some bad moves.
And get Social Security early, cutting off 8% every year you wait. Therefore, you locked in for that amount the rest of your life, because you can't change your mind and say, oh, let me give it back. You can't do that. Once you annuitize and you sign and said, I want my Social Security, that's it.
That's right.
That's it.
Ain't no catch up.
No.
That's it. Okay.
All right. So we got pension. We got Social Security.
But how does pension and Social Security relate?
Okay.
Money before you get out of bed.
Okay.
There is a system, even though they call it different. And it's like baseball. When you get a score, they call it a run, RUN.
Okay.
Football. When you get a point, they call it a touchdown or field goal.
Okay.
But it's still what?
You still
a point.
It's a point.
That's right.
Yeah.
They just term it differently.
Okay.
You understand? Basketball. They call it what? A basket.
Yeah.
But it's still a
shot.
That's right. You made a shot, a basket, but it's still a point. You follow me? In real estate, they call it, when a tenant pays, they call it what?
Rent.
Okay. But it's still you getting what? Money.
Right.
But they just call it rent. So these terminologies, that's why 95% of the people are so confused.
Okay.
Because they don't understand the terminology, but it still mean give me my money. Where the money at? You know what I mean? But they call it a run.
Before I get out of bed.
Right.
Pension, Social Security, rent.
Yeah. Same thing.
Okay.
Pension, money before you get out of bed.
Right.
Social Security, money before you get out of bed.
Okay.
How do you get a pension? How do you get a Social Security? You got to understand that, because the objective is what? Getting money before you get out of bed, guaranteed to show up.
Okay.
Now, the next one is an annuity.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Oh man, that sounds
really nice. Stay with us,
Annuity.
y'all. I can see people leaving us.
Annuity.
Mr. Drysdale.
Annuity. Who came up with that? Mortimer. Annuity.
Mr. Mortimer.
Mr. Mortimer came with that.
Right.
Annuity.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
very
Goldstein
fancy.
says an annuity.
Yeah.
You
Don't let it intimidate you.
You can't even get a visual in your head of an annuity. If somebody say a dog or a cat, you can think of a little dog immediately come in your head, a Chihuahua, or a Yorkie, or a Pit Bull, or a Rottweiler. That's a dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at least you get a visual. If you say a cat, you get a little Siamese cat, a little cat, white cat, black cat. But when you say an annuity, what do you get?
Right.
What do you get?
Right. It's not automatically you get a visual. Pension, we've heard all our lives, mom and dad. Social Security, if you work, you see it taken out. But annuity is not in every household. It's not a word that every household talk about or that are familiar with.
Okay.
A lot of people not familiar with
Okay,
it.
so how does it relate to pension?
Okay.
Social Security. Okay, an annuity is set up. This goes back, in the 1800s, 1600s. This goes back to where you either put in money monthly. Okay. That sounds familiar, right? That sounds familiar.
Take something out
Social
monthly.
Security,
Okay.
Social Security, pension, right?
Gotcha.
You either put in some money monthly, or you can put in a lump sum of money.
Okay.
But once you put it in, you can start getting money every month, guaranteed for the rest of your life, a drip from that. That sound like
before I get out of bed.
Before you get out of bed, it's there, guaranteed.
Okay. But I gotta still either lump sum or monthly put money in.
What else did that? A pension did that.
A pension did that.
Over time, 20, 30 years.
They took it out my check.
Over time. You can't just start working today and tomorrow. You ain't worked 10 years. You just start working and start getting Social Security. You don't qualify. So that same principle, that trade-off,
Mm-hmm.
pension, stream of income, happens over time.
Right.
Social Security, a stream of income you putting in over time.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, in the Social Security, you can't say Social Security, I'm tired of getting these monthly payments. Just figure out how much y'all gonna pay me in the next 20 years and give it to me now. Social Security say, get out of here. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a house because Social Security, instead of paying me
Exactly.
month, give it to me for
Can
the
I
next
take a loan?
Can I take a loan?
Yeah,
No. Can you do it with a pension? No. Pension said, just shut up. We're going to send you as long as you're alive. Long as you're alive.
But rent's going up so much, and the prices of houses. Do you know the average price of a house in South Florida is $500,000?
That's crazy.
It's insane,
especially with the salaries.
Up 40%.
Okay, we got to get through this.
Okay, my bad.
Okay,
yeah, no, but you can't borrow from your pension or Social Security.
Okay, so annuity. What is annuity? So not so much the word, but the concept, y'all. The principle. An annuity is, yes, you could start putting every month. They got annuities out there. You can put in $100 every month if you want to, $100 every week. But it's gonna act like a pension. It's gonna act like Social Security at a certain time. And guess what? It does not correlate with the stock market. You can't lose a dime, a penny.
Okay.
It's guaranteed. And it's by an insurance company. As a matter of fact, those pensions and those Social Security, they ain't number insurance companies. Those are annuities.
So it's still under the umbrella of an insurance company.
That's right. It's still annuities. Annuity mean that you can do a lump sum. Some people retire and they say, okay, I'm getting ready to retire. I was in FRS. I was in the investment side, but I'm tired of looking at the stock market go up and down with my retirement money. Where can I put this money where I don't have to worry about the fluctuation? And every month I'm going to get a stream of income guaranteed for the rest of my life. That is called a fixed guaranteed principal annuity.
Gotcha.
So now you're going to drop this money in there. And then based on your age.
Okay.
So Lynda, if you're 20 years old and you drop in $500,000 and now you want to start getting paid for the rest of your life, the insurance company annuity says, just like Social Security, you got to be age appropriate.
Okay.
A pension, you got to be age appropriate.
Absolutely.
Annuity, you got to be age appropriate.
Okay.
For it to make sense.
Gotcha.
So if you put $500,000 in an annuity, remember you want a stream of income and you're 20 years old, they're not going to pay you as much.
Because I got a lot of living to do.
Because you got a lot of living to do. And if I'm 64, and I put $500,000, the same amount as you, 20-year-old, my monthly payment is going to be more than yours. You know why?
You don't have a lot of living.
I don't have a lot of living. So they're going to try to help them give it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like in Social Security. If you take money at 62 as of taking money at 70, you get more money per month at 70 because you're older.
So in annuity as well, once you annuitize, that's it. That's what you're getting.
I don't like that word annuitize. That's the old fashioned way.
Okay.
Annuitizing, that's the old fashioned way.
We don't like that anymore.
No, we don't like that anymore.
Okay.
No, we don't like that anymore. That's like horse and buggy. We're not getting ready to get on I-95 with no horse and no buggy. They will run you over, especially them young kids with them phones. Older people now with them phones. If you have a horse and buggy on the highway, he'll kill you. And now they're gonna run. They're gonna hit you.
Well, with a pension and socials, because I hear the people saying this. I know the answer, but I'm representing the people.
Okay. Right? Go ahead.
I cannot ask Social Security once they start sending me the money. I want to take a loan from it. No. Pension. They sending me my pension. Oh, can you just send it all to me? I want to take a loan or something. No. An annuity. Characteristic: time, age appropriate for it to work. Either you can put monthly, just like on your job in Social Security, or you can put a lump sum. Can I borrow from that?
From your annuity?
Yes.
No.
So
they ain't got time to be coming behind
that's just like the pension and Social Security. That's one of the characteristics.
Yes,
that mirrors it.
But it's better because if you put in $500,000 in annuity, you can't borrow from it. Because they ain't got time to be keeping no records and chasing behind you, and you talking about you ain't paying because this happening, and you too sick and you ain't more. No. From an annuity, you can say, listen, I put in $500,000. You all are paying me $5,000 a month.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, I need a car.
Okay.
You can go to the annuity company and say, listen, I need $50,000. No problem. You can get it. You can go to the annuity company and say, listen, I want 100,000. You can get it. You can't do that in Social Security.
No.
And you can't do that in a pension.
No.
That is the good part about annuity. You have an emergency. You can take out at least 10%, or you can take out your principal. You still the boss.
Now they deducting it from your 500. Don't think
Yes,
that people
they
just giving you
That's
money.
right.
Now.
That's right.
Don't
But at least
do
you
that.
have
At
options.
least you have options.
You can't do that with Social Security. You can't say, listen, I need money now. I need a car. I don't need y'all pay me Social Security, $2,000 for the next 10 years.
Emergency.
I need money now. You can't do that with Social Security. You can't do that with a pension. But annuity, you can.
Gotcha. So you can let them drip you.
Right. And you have options.
And you have options.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, man. Lavinia say, so different names, same purpose. Oh, we got a winner. Boy, if we don't, that's good, Lavinia.
That's the money shot, Lavinia.
That's good.
That's
Light bulbs. And now you're not part of the 95% of Americans who don't know squat about what I'm talking about.
So folks like me, well, I shouldn't say like me because I don't have a pension, but I will be getting Social Security and annuity. And I just need to find a man with a pension. We'll have all.
You can find a man with a pension, but I'm telling you, in life, there's always trade-off. He may have one eye. He might be a whiskey wine head. He might have some kind of substance abuse, either the brown liquor or the weed or something. He might have that pension, but I just want you to go in there with both of your eyes open, Lynda.
Good point.
You got to look for the trade-off. Now, if you can deal with the trade-offs, because it's going to be trade-off, there's nothing. Listen, y'all can't find it. There is nothing on the planet that does not have a trade-off. It just depends on if you can accept the trade-off and it's okay. But having the sign or just having some sort of little itty bit of wisdom and understanding, you will know that there's trade-offs in everything you do. You want to keep eating that whole chocolate cake? It's good, but there's a trade-off. You get on that scale, you're gonna be a little heavier. Yeah. It's all you can't find nothing that don't have a trade-off. So you got to understand what is the trade-off. When you put money in the banks, you have that safety. But if you put $100,000 in the bank right now, they're gonna give you $100 for the whole year. Think about what you're really doing. Yeah, you have safety, but you're being used and abused. Would you lend Lynda $100,000 like a bank? Like you lend money, put money in the bank? That's all you're doing, loaning. Would you lend Lynda $100,000 and she pay you $10 a year? No, $8 a month.
Oh yeah. Well, oh my God. Loan me $100,000, I'll pay you $8 a month. Wow.
$8.30 to be exact. Who would do that? Y'all doing it. Anytime you saying, because they done Jedi mind us, made us think that when we put money in the bank, we saving money. No, you're lending money. That's why they call it interest. Anytime you lend some money, you get interest. There's a loan component. I need y'all to hear this. I need y'all to pay attention.
Lavinia says FRS allows you to take that lump. She said she did it and she put it in an investment.
Well, that's good.
Good.
You should have came to the Henderson Financial School because wherever you are, I ain't better than us. I'm telling you. All right. So good thing, you know what? There's an annuity company that we deal with starting this week. If you put minimum $20,000 into this annuity, they match at 35%. So if you put $100,000, they're gonna give you $35,000 on top of that $100,000. And they got that one. They do it every. It's like Macy's or Dillard's have a sale, blowout sale. Right after Christmas. January. Yeah, they have that. Okay. So this annuity company, who's a AAA rated insurance company, we know them. If you put in minimum $20,000, this annuity company won't allow you to put in $100 a month or whatever. This the Rolls Royce of annuity companies. They've been around 100 years.
Gotcha.
They worldwide. Okay.
Gotcha.
They top shelf. They're saying that minimum $20,000. If you open up annuity and put your money away, you ain't got to worry about the volatility of the market, stock market. You ain't got to look at your paper every month and see if you're up or down. It's etched in stone, your principal. They're going to match it 35%. And then they say for the next 12 months, if you put any money in on top of that, they're going to match it 35% bonus on top of that. That's some good stuff.
So you that's as you're planning to retire and you may be 10, 15 years out, this is a good strategy, Robert, to just jump on an annuity with that type of bonus.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so when you are 65, 70, and you got, maybe pension, maybe not, Social Security, and you started that third leg of annuity 15 years ago.
Yes.
It's all about strategy.
10 years. And some people say 10 years too long. Well, 10 years ain't.
Oh my goodness.
10 years is not too long if you have a positive mental attitude. 10 years not long if you plan on being alive.
You're healthy, you eating right. 50 is the new 30, 60 is the new 40. We out here doing it, ladies. We get a little bit of this, a little enhancement here, throw on a nice weave or wig, and we living our best lives. 10 years is not a long time.
Well, a lot of people say,
it flies by while you're living a healthy, good, productive, mentally healthy life.
And 10 years is
not a long time.
It's pretty good for growing, wealth. You want to measure, can you do it for 10 years?
Yes.
Can you stick in it?
Yes.
And some people still,
we've had land for 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
It's not a long time.
Some people, they say
that's the best time when you look up and you did something for 10 years consistently. Boy, that's when you start getting that payoff, Robert.
That's a trade-off.
That's when
most people want instant stuff, but the good stuff.
I'm smarter than I was 10 years ago.
Yep.
I'm wealthier than I was 10 years ago.
Yep.
I'm a little heavier, but
that's a trade-off. That's a trade-off. That's a trade-off.
10 years.
Gravity comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. The older you get, gravity comes in. You can't stop that. Okay.
Stop it. It's just a little call.
All right. Well, I got a lot of work to do. But 10 years is long if you don't plan on being around.
I know.
But if you plan on dying, I understand 10 years is long. Look at it like
nobody
that.
plans on dying.
If you
nobody.
say anytime you say 10 years to invest and grow something that take too long, that means you plan on being dead because you ain't got enough time.
And planning. What are you planning on not being here?
Some people just feel like, Okay, so we talk about pension, Social Security, and we talk about annuities, but I want you to understand they all have one thing in common. What? Right. What is that? Paying you with no risk. You can't lose a penny with an annuity. Okay. Now I'm not talking about these variable annuities. I don't mess with that. I don't mess with nothing that vary when it comes to my money. If I want money to be a certain amount each month, I want to know that number so I can calculate, so I can plan. I don't want it to be here and here and here. I don't want it to be like that. That's called a variable. Okay. So a pension, money comes in. It's called a pension. Okay. Social Security, certain age, the money comes in.
Okay.
Annuity, certain money comes in. That's what they just call them, all different names. Okay. Now, I want to go over something because a lot of people still don't understand trade-offs. Now, there is an ETF that we really like a whole lot, and it gives us dividends. It pay out. The dividend, they range anywhere from 8%. Some of them pay 9%. Some of them pay 10%. And it's one that pays like 11.8%. Okay. So in other words, you put in like $100,000, you're getting like $980 a month. Now, let's talk about the trade-off.
Okay.
And I'm going to use, since Hyacinth, it's 9:05, we started late, so we can go over. Plus, my daughter Hyacinth said she's taking, the office yesterday was closed. I was here because my daughter Hyacinth, she's into the mind and the science and the wellness, and bless her heart. She's 40 years old. I'm so proud of her. She's been in the company's, the business, the family business for at least 20 years. All right. And everyone took off yesterday for a health and wellness day.
Great idea.
It's a great idea, right?
Monday's a holiday.
Yeah. So they got a loan, right?
Good.
The stock market to be closed on Monday. Now, the stock market wasn't closed yesterday.
Right.
I was here because my health and wellness is what I do. Gotcha. A little different. So I can't expect a little different,
Everybody's different.
If I wasn't married to your sister, I'd be here all the time. If I wasn't married to your sister, I probably wouldn't go home because it's something to do. I really enjoy what I do.
Good deal.
I'm odd, I'm strange, I know, but I don't have a girlfriend on the side, and I don't have substance abuse. So everybody have the vices. What I do as a living is my vice.
To go to strip club?
I don't go to strip club. I would never get
golf
juicy.
Course?
No. Take too. Oh man, me in the golf course hitting the little ball. Now if I was gonna make money hit the little ball, I'd be all out there because it's beautiful out there. I ain't got time to see Juicy Lucy. I ain't giving her a dime. You know what I mean?
I was fighting with the bank and wanting to
So
Social Security. So yeah.
all right, so
Oh,
Heisey won't be here to
okay.
her show is not coming on today because she's taking a much needed
Okay.
health and wellness break.
Good
Okay.
deal.
All right. James C and I will be here at 10:15 because this is our health and wellness.
Yeah,
It really
is
is.
therapeutic for some people. We like just getting up here, sharing, just like at the kitchen table, just like sitting at home. And it really gives me pleasure, even with a little congestion, to come here and just talk and try to share some knowledge. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, because
things that we've learned.
95% of the people, you're talking about 340 million people in America, and 95%, that's a lot of people.
So now they know the word annuity.
They know a word annuity and understand what it really
Annuity.
means.
Yeah.
A stream of income. Now they understand pension, what it really means.
Mhm.
The meaning is more important just the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the trade-off? What are
Yeah.
they doing? Okay, so why not, before we go, I got to talk about this one.
Mhm.
So we know that if you put $100,000 in any bank, they're going to
Okay.
pay you $100 a year.
Okay.
So therefore, we don't do that with our own personal money. We'll put $100,000 in the ETF. Why? Because the ETF, every $100,000 we put into it, it's like a mutual fund,
Okay.
but it's called exchange traded fund,
Okay.
and they give us high yield. They give us, like I said, we like the one that pays us 11%, and 11.8. And if you put $100,000 in there instead of having it in the bank, getting $100 for the whole entire 12 months, you put this $100,000 into this account, it pays you $980 a month, not a year, but a month. So you
Okay.
way ahead. So Lynda, if you was putting $100,000 in the bank, it takes a whole year. You get $100.
Right.
That's all.
That's it.
And then you got to pay tax on that.
Insulting.
Me, my 100,000, I put it into this investment that's going to pay me $980 every month. So that's a big.
So I hear the
difference.
people saying, "What's the risk?"
Okay, remember I told you, in life, as long as you get this, if you get nothing out of this show,
Yeah.
understand there always trade-off and be grown about it. Be grown about it. But first, before I go into it, I like to give you appetizer just to get your mind straight. Okay. Most people understand, like you just talked about, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
There's something called Zillow or Realtor In or whatever, a Redfin or whatever. You can actually put in the address and look on there. It'll tell you ballpark, roughly the estimate of the house. Even if you put your own house in there, if you put your own house inside of the computer or Google or whatever, and you go, let's say to Zillow or something, it'll say, you put your addresses, it may say, $500,000. That's today.
Okay.
But next month, if you put the address in there, it may say $498,000.
Absolutely.
And then 6 months from now, it may say $550,000. People get with that. They don't sell their house when they do that, do they? When you check it, do people sell their? Now, if you're getting, if you have real estate and you're renting a house out,
Okay.
and you're getting $2,000 a month as rental income.
Okay.
We like that rental income because as long as you got a good tenant, and if you're afraid of that tenant, you can always Section 8 it, right?
Right.
Section 80 means you can get the government to pay you.
Right.
And it's going to be guaranteed.
Right.
I don't care if COVID happened or whatever, that check going to be in the mail, just like Social Security, just like a pension, just like an annuity, if you Section 8 and you're a rental property, right?
Correct.
Okay, now, so let's just say you Section 8, you're getting $2,000 a month. But then you put in that address of that rental property this month, and it says that it's worth $350,000. But you're still getting in $2,000 a month.
Absolutely.
3 months from now, you say, okay, I just want to see what's the value of my rental property. And instead of saying $350,000, it says it's worth $300,000.
Okay.
But you're still getting $2,000 a month.
Absolutely.
Do you sell that property?
No.
Why?
I'm still getting my $2,000 a month.
Okay.
I mean, if my goal is to get monthly income,
right,
that hasn't gone down because the Zillow value went down.
Right. And the Zillow value, Zillow or whatever Redfin or Realtor In or whatever you use, an appraisal, it often goes up and down, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It depends on the neighborhood,
If somebody sold for less and undersold the market down the street or within a mile from you, that's going to affect your value.
Temporarily.
Absolutely. Temporarily.
Temporarily. That's what I
Temporarily.
want to get in.
Okay.
So there's an ETF that we really like and we put our money in. Some people under the assumption that
Mm.
the Zillow value should never go down. In other words, if they put in
Mm.
100,000 and you're getting $980 every month,
Okay.
and they get this statement and it says that the 100,000 principal is now valued, the shares are now valued at 98,000.
Okay.
They go, oh my God, I don't like this.
When market conditions change.
Yes. And then the whole purpose of that is because you want to get what? The income. It's the same with real estate. If you buy a rental property, you just care about your rent. You ain't looking to say, what's the value? Let me see what the value every month. Let me see the value. Let me see what the value every month. Oh my God, the value down. No, you care about that income.
And as long as that don't stop.
That don't stop.
As long as that does not stop.
Right.
I'm not so concerned with what Zillow says the value is, because Miss Rudolph sold to her daughter and messed up the whole, comparable market. My rental monthly is important.
Right. Now, why isn't it guaranteed if you put the $100,000 in there and you're getting $900 a month? Why isn't that principal? Why won't it just stay like a CD? Because it's not a loan. They pay you for that little fluctuation. There's a small risk, but it's not going to do like the stock market go up and down, go crash.
Right.
Plus, you got to figure this is if you're getting an investment that's going to pay you 11%. That means that if you put in 100,000, the principal got to drop 11,000 in value because you don't get 11,000. It breaks even at 11,000 reduce because you're getting 11,000. You understand?
Yes. Add that to the kitty.
Right. And you're back to 100,000.
Right, your initial investment.
But some people, they like, hey, I put in 100,000. Yeah, I'm getting the 980 a month.
They don't count that part.
No, they don't count that.
Getting that for 10 months.
Right.
You got $9,000.
Right.
And still want to see, and very often you may see your principal the same, but they don't account for it if it goes down because of imminent war with Russia or whatever the market and the global economy. They don't count that monthly.
Understanding.
You got to understand.
So I'm telling you have to understand.
Diversity.
And all you're getting, get understanding. You gotta get understanding. And there's trade-offs. The reason why you can get 8% and you can't get that in the bank, because if you put your money in the bank, the reason why they're paying you a penny is because they're taking your money and getting $900 a month. Right? They're paying you $100 for the whole 12 months. And then you wonder why. I mean, come on, you want to go to New York and be there this afternoon, but you don't want to get on a plane. You want to walk. How you going to get there walking? Okay, you got to take some sort of risk. Now, I'm a calculated risk taker.
That's the key.
Being married, and I've been married to your sister, may I be 35 years.
Ooh.
Do you think that's guaranteed? When we started off,
right about now, I'm ready to take that risk.
But it's going to be a risk.
Yeah, no, there is less risk than when you were married year number 2. Year 35 is less risk that will last until death do you part.
Right.
You agree?
Right.
But still a risk.
Still a risk.
Still a risk. Albeit small.
That's right.
It's a risk.
If you think about, because everybody listen, there's no guarantees in the good things in life. You know that?
I know.
There's no guarantee that we're gonna each of us who are listening and watching this. There's no guarantee. None of us could put our hand on the Bible and swear in a court that we're gonna wake up tomorrow. No, none of us that's here right now. None of us could swear to God, put our hand on the Bible that we're going to wake up Sunday morning. None of us can. But are we afraid? Are we shaking in our boots? No, we going about our business. And hopefully, I mean, they say every 10 seconds, 2 people die in the world.
Yeah, I can believe that. But you know what's so interesting, Robert? We are okay with taking risk in so many other areas. We risk meeting that guy from that dating app. We risk go ahead falling in love and sharing a bank account. We risk childbirth. We risk moving in with somebody and starting a new relationship.
Risk getting married.
We risk getting married.
We risk love.
We risk. But when it comes to our money, we want the reward without the risk.
Yes.
But in other areas of life, we risk every day. You know, I getting up and this, like I was venting on the mortgage thing. We're risking. And yes, I think that she can pay for 30 years. My client, yes, I told her to get it. Yes, I'm going to make sure she gets it. It's a risk. We could get another 2008 scenario.
Yes.
We risk a lot. But when it comes to things like we're talking about today, investments, ETF, understanding the risk reward ratio,
just life itself.
We don't want to hear too much.
Life itself it's pretty much a risk. Now you can calculate the risk. You ain't got to run out in the middle of the street blindfolded.
Right.
You know, you can take.
And you know, the man that's married 5 times is a higher risk than, you know what I mean? So use your head.
You know, the crackhead that's on crack it's a risk if you give him his
right.
money to go invest.
Right.
You know,
jailhouse fine ain't gonna do right. He just fine.
You know, just cause he fine.
He fine and been in jail.
No, just cause
that's a risk.
Just cause
you may not want to take.
Just because she looks so good, you know, there's a risk. I want you all to know.
Risk,
so if you get nothing out of this conversation that we've had today, I want you to understand. Forget the actual terminology. I want you to understand the meaning. At the Henderson Financial Group, we don't teach with words, we teach with meaning. That's why we use metaphors and ideas. We want you to think, because in America, this great country that we live in, and it's great because they've made sure all the rest of the country aren't so great. It's fixed.
Another show.
America.
Another show, Rob. Another show.
Okay, that's another show.
Right.
But in this great country that we live in, let me tell you something. Pray for wisdom and pray for understanding, because there's a lot more learning to do. And I hope you all learned something in today's show. And I want you to share it, because we all need each other. We really, really do, because we can help each other. And that's why we like sharing with you, you know? Listen, hey, Doretha says trade-offs and risk. Got it. That's what it is. And I want you to think about that every time. Philip Dwight Jackson, hey, that's Philip. That's Lavinia. Is that D Philip? Hey, that's somebody from North Day too. Philip, how you doing, my brother? God,
reunion.
It's a reunion here. That's Philip and the wait. Try to tell Natalie. Oh man, she gonna. Oh my God, she gonna love it.
Super cool.
Super cool.
We want stories. And I got his high school folks. We want stories.
Yes. Okay, listen. So I hope you guys can understand. If you just joining, because some people got up late, it's Facebook. It's gonna be up here. So I want you to go back and start over and listen to the show. Listen, if you want to talk to us privately about your financial affairs, call us at 305-825-1444. I'm going to repeat that, 305-825-1444. I'm a licensed real estate broker since 1979. I've been licensed real estate broker. I'm a stockbroker. It's been 35 years being a stockbroker. I'm a certified financial planner. That's been 35 years also, and I'm an insurance advisor. That's been 35 years also. So yeah, I am dating myself. I'm older, but I like it. I like it because the older I get, the more wise I get. Why? Because I'm still open. I'm not closed. And the same thing here for my sister-in-law. We've been together for a long time. You think we'd have got together if I hadn't married your sister? No. So that was fate.
Yeah,
that was fate. So you lucky.
I'm very lucky. I'm going to say it. Lucky, blessed, all of the above.
Hey, Philip said he's in Washington, D.C. Philip, my brother, in Washington. I know it's cold there. It's 80 degrees here in Miami.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, man, I love y'all guys. Listen, make sure you share, and go back and watch the video. Listen, James T and myself, matter of fact, we're going to have Larissa on, Larissa Humphrey. She's a certified tax coach like myself. I'm a certified tax coach and I'm a certified financial planner. So Larissa is going to join James T and myself at the 10:15 hour. Okay. That's Understanding Money Part 2. And Larissa is a fantastic, you're talking about somebody down to earth, going to teach you a lot of stuff that you didn't know about the U.S. tax code and how to get money back, especially if you have a business. Join us at a 10:15 show for the Understanding Money Part 2 show. Lynda.
Yes, sir.
You want to have last words?
Last word, mortgage industry, get it together. I'm still salty
You still
about
hot
that.
about that
Still
mortgage.
hot about that. Wear your mask, stay safe, treat each other right, and let's just get a plan and work your plan, ladies and gentlemen.
Be safe, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. They call it President's Day. Well, who knows? You know, who knows?
Yeah.
They've been lying to us so much.
Right.
we we gotta go.
Yeah.
Talk to y'all later. Peace.